Excellency, India's High Commissioner to Fiji, P.S. Karthikeyan, Honorable Ministers Agnidev Singh, Leonora Tambua, Shashi Kiran, senior government officials, permanent secretaries, friends, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed my pleasure and honor on behalf of the Prime Minister and the government of Fiji to say a few words on this very, very important ITEC Day celebration. In fact, in the last 8 months, Fiji and India relationship is taking a course for new heights. In the last 8 months, we've had some very high-level visits from Fiji and from India to Fiji. We had the External Affairs Minister attend one of the largest Hindi conference that we hosted in February this year. We obviously had a very strong, high-level participation from the State Minister for External Affairs, Rajkumar Ranjan, and the Lieutenant Governor of Lakshadweep, Prof. Patel, who participated in the first ever Girmit celebration, which was declared a national holiday, and the celebration was organized under the leadership of Honorable Shashi Kiran. And we had some really beautiful programs. Following that, we had a very successful FIPEC summit in Papua New Guinea, where our Honorable Prime Minister was able to confer Fiji's highest honor to His Excellency the Prime Minister of India. During that occasion, the Prime Minister of India also announced a number of programs, not only to Fiji, but also to the Pacific. And in fact, we're very pleased that India will build a 100-bed super specialty, what we call Pacific Hospital in Fiji. The history of ITEC and Indian government's support to education and training goes a long way back in history. In fact, some of you would remember that we didn't have a university, we didn't have any university in Fiji in the 60s. USP was established for the first time in 1969. And during the 50s and 60s, there was little opportunity for Fijian citizens, young people, men and women, to study even in Australia and New Zealand. And so India provided a very, very significant outlet, place, and many of the civil servants, teachers, doctors, engineers, who contributed to the development of this country over so many years were actually trained and educated in India, and largely through Indian government scholarships and training provided by a program such as ITEC. I do not want to get into the details. I think Madam Nirupama provided the details of the extent to which ITEC has helped not only our officials from Fiji, but many of those around the world. Obviously, today, India's preeminent global role is very, very heartening, and countries in the Pacific, including Fiji, are poised to benefit in a big way. As a government, we have set out to deepen our relationship. We want a much more deeper, more meaningful engagement with India. And as His Excellency pointed out, the recent leadership shown by India during the G20 summit, and if you go through the outcome document, is truly a transformational agenda for the whole world. India is now considered to be the leader of the South, apart from its preeminent global role, And we, as a country, would like to join India to be part of all those who want a transformational change in the global architecture. We understand the geopolitics, the geoeconomics, and how the economic environment is going to change in the next several years in the future. We therefore recognize that it is important for us to be at the cutting edge of technology, new knowledge, and entrepreneurship. And India, I must say, is becoming a global powerhouse for the generation of those new ideas, new technology, new entrepreneurship, and innovation. And that is why we here in Fiji, and our Prime Minister has said this on a number of occasions, and we as a government feel very, very pleased at the way in which we have started this cooperation. We know that this is the 75th year of our relationship, and I'm sure there'll be more celebrations to mark that historical relationship. And in fact, our relationship goes back to history. We as a country have shown that our culture, our tradition has made this country a rich and diverse society. We have just passed a motion in Parliament for a Truth and Reconciliation Commission, and we look forward to the participation of all our people, our international partners, because as the Prime Minister said, the Truth and Reconciliation, a motion that was moved by Honorable Shashi Kiran, is going to be a defining moment for this country. It is going to bring our people together. It is going to define Fiji in a new way and put Fiji on a foundation and on a path for prosperity and progress. So once again, Excellency, I want to congratulate you and the High Commission on behalf of the Prime Minister, on behalf of the government of Fiji for this ITEC Day celebration. And we look forward to a much more deeper and meaningful cooperation, particularly in this area. I know that a lot of scholarships are being offered. We need more advocacy. We need more education. I think there is a lack of knowledge amongst our people here in Fiji about the opportunities and the breadth and scope of opportunities that are now available in Indian institutions, Indian civil service, and Indian think tanks. I can say this with confidence because I have my own personal experience of teaching in Indian universities, working with academics, and I can tell you there is a phenomenal change in India's global leadership in all areas, including in the area of academia and education. So once again, thank you very much. I wish you all a very good evening. Dhanyawad. Vinaka Bakalebu.